You mentioned earlier the celebrity du jour, which I love that term. I'm going to steal that. There's so much more aggressive TV marketing, internet marketing. I mean, everywhere, seniors turn right now. Like you said, they're hearing Part B givebacks, benefits you're entitled to, all these shiny things that aren't necessarily a core benefit, and in many cases don't necessarily take their core health insurance into consideration. What are you guys seeing right now? As far as your agents adapting to this, are your agents doing anything differently than they were, say, 3, 4, 5 years ago before things had kind of gotten as crazy as they are? How are your agents differentiated themselves? How are they retaining their business throughout some of the most aggressive marketing we've seen?
Well, I would say in terms of our agents are actually talking about and paying attention to retention. If I'm being completely straightforward, if we dial the clock back 5 years, most agents paid little attention. I don't want to say no attention, but little attention to the subject of retention. Now there is fear, and it's not because they're afraid of Gladys Smith down the street taking their consumer. It's not because they're afraid of Bob's insurance agency over on Main Street taking their consumer. They're worried about Joe, JJ, and insurance celebrity du jour, okay? Because that has been a market disruptor in so many ways, and not just with retention. I mean, heck, we're dealing with call recording moving forward exactly because of these lead aggregators. Mm-hmm. It used to be that only our agents with the largest book of business would be thinking about member meetings or other types of retention focuses. Retention is now so important of a subject to agents large and small, to agencies large and small, that, for example, when we were at the Medicarians conference in Las Vegas in June, typically that conference has been all about lead generation and technology to drive new business. When we were just there a month and a half ago, over half the content was on retention. And that's really the biggest thing. And agents who are going to be successful in battling the television lead aggregators, as well as all of the other digital content that's out there, trying to drag them in with messages that either are accurate or unfortunately misleading, is they have to have a personal relationship with their consumers, and they have to be mobilized to communicate with those consumers very quickly, very effectively, and very efficiently after 10/1.
100%. Paul, anything in specific you guys are seeing? Same, different? Anything that you would share on that?
Well, our partners at Deft Research have provided some compelling information recently, and that is the 800 numbers are aggressive. They don't listen. They create little value. They don't hold their customers very long. They can't be trusted. This is what consumers are saying that Deft Research is reporting when they do consumer research. So what I think we're seeing in the last year or now, our current part of evolution is, I'm local. I'll listen. I can be trusted. I have a lot of customers in this area. I'm knowledgeable. I know what I'm talking about. Come to me. We've got to evolve that with our current customers and prospective clients saying, hey, there's 800 numbers and celebrities on TV, but oftentimes they're offering things that aren't real, and you end up in a plan that doesn't work for you. I'm right here, and I got a list of a lot of the plans, and we're going to find the right one for you, not just this one brand that we all know is a couple key brands that are driving a lot of that. So I think part of what we're seeing is we're evolving our message. We're helping. We're coaching. I like that word, Bill. We're coaching our agents. Are they going to take the information and do something with it? It's their business plan. It's up to them. But we're assisting our agents in thinking about being proactive with their current clients, saying, hey, you're going to get a lot of calls. You're going to see people everywhere. You're going to see a lot of commercials. I'm still here. The power of I'm still here, and here's 2 extra business cards, or throwing a magnet in that envelope. And when I see your picture, I'll throw that up on my fridge, and that's my guy, not some random 800 number phone call. So I'm saying we just got to dig in back to our local backyards, keep it local. And if we could do like that 2 or 3 ways where we're in the newspaper, we're in the magazine, We're sending hundreds of messages to current customers. We're teaching our current clients to refer us. We're out there, maybe on TV or getting a spot here or there, doing something special. Maybe we pick up a retail. Can we do a multi-prong approach, not just one? That's how you go deep in the market.
Yeah, I think honestly, Paul, that goes back to where you talked earlier about, being able to evolve and change the way you're doing things. Bill, you were mentioning a few years back how retention looked completely different than it does now. Something I wrote down that kind of came to mind there is we've seen the market way more stable over the past 2 or 3 years than what we did 4, 5, 6 years ago. It's a lot less of the I'm rolling every client every year to the newest plan that's the most competitive. These last 2, 3 years, something like that, I feel like we've seen a lot more stability in that. And I think agents have to be careful that that stability doesn't turn into complacency of, well, this client's always been with me. They're already on the best plan. So there's not a whole lot that I need to do. And I think that's what you guys are both touching on is that mindset shift to, it's less about selling the benefits or the price or the plans now. It's much more about selling you and your service